Hi there. My name is Brenda Bailey, and I will be your instructor for your Math 0900 class. And I wanted to go over the syllabus and give you a little bit of an idea of what's required for the class. So to begin with, here's you're looking at the syllabus. And let's see. The thing to remember is this is a Block B class, which means that it's only 8 weeks long. Because it's only 8 weeks long, I'm condensing 15 weeks worth of material into 8 weeks. So we'll move fairly quickly, but the nice thing is that in 8 weeks, you'll be done with the class. All right, well, first off, my office is in the Whitney building, room 206. For those of you that happen to be in Sheridan, you might be able to catch me in my office. The best way to get a hold of me is with my cell. So again, here's my cell number. You can text me, tell me that you're having trouble with a certain question, and we can meet on Zoom. And there's other options here I'll talk about. Or you can email me. Now, I don't check my email as much, but you're welcome to email me if you're having any questions or concerns about the class. The classroom is online. And we will not be meeting as a class at a certain time. There's just too many schedules to coordinate. So we're going to do an asynchronous where I have uploaded videos on a YouTube channel for every lesson. And you watch the videos and then you can do the homework and then take the test on Pearson, which we'll talk about. But if you do need to meet, you'll have to contact me because we will not be meeting as a class. Let's see, office hours. Right now, I'm not really sure exactly when I will be in the Math Center. The Math Center is a place where math teachers are manning the Math Center, and anybody can come in and ask questions. You don't need an appointment. And I will be in there maybe about 4 hours a week. For those of you that are in Sheridan, you can get help then, or by appointment. Either contact me with my cell or email. The Math Center is great, and you don't have to get help from just me. So any math teacher that happens to be there, I'll upload a schedule once the schedule is done, and you can see when there's a math teacher in the Math Center, and they'll help anybody with any class. And again, you don't need an appointment for that one. You can just show up. If for some reason you do have questions and we meet on Zoom, here's my Zoom link that gets you into my Zoom room. You can just push that, and once we've established a time to meet, and that'll get you into the Zoom room for help. The YouTube lesson link, this right here, I put this here, but the easiest way is to go through Canvas to get to the lessons. This isn't quite as easy. I put it there just, FYI if you needed it, but really go through Canvas. And once you look at the Canvas, you'll see that it'll get you to these videos like this one right here. Oh, let's see. Okay, now let's talk. I'm skipping some of these, so if you have any questions, you can always contact me later as you go through it. But the text and the materials, you do not need a hard copy of the book. It's not necessary. Some people do like to have the paper copy to thumb through, and you're more than welcome to do that. But what is required is My Math Lab, which is through Pearson. Now I'm going to go ahead and upload a how-to register for Pearson. Some of you may not have been on Pearson before, and also how to use Pearson, how to get into the class. So if you have scholarships or financial aid and you need to go through the bookstore, you can get the access code for Pearson from the bookstore. If you do not have the financial aid or the scholarships, it's a little bit easier to go through Pearson themselves. And I will explain that in the how to get on Pearson video. And, it's a little bit cheaper to go through Pearson, I believe. It can save you a little bit of money. But so you can just kind of wait until you watch that video to get access to Pearson. It's going to be about $75 if you go through Pearson, and you have to have it. It is a requirement for the class. That's where the homework's all graded, the tests are all there. So that part is required. However, the hard copy of the book is not. You'll find that in Pearson, once you get into Pearson and access, you can access the ebook is included in your registration. So you can always use the ebook if you don't mind doing that. Now, grading. Let's go through. Okay, course format is online. The grading, we have 70% will be the tests and 30% will be the homework. Because I've had to condense the class, we really don't have time for quizzes. So there will be no quizzes, just homework and tests. Now, let's say you choose not to do the homework. If you choose not to do the homework, the best you can get in the class, if you get 100% on all the tests, would be 70%. So if you decide to forego that 30%, just be aware that, you know, it might be kind of tough to get that 70% in order to move on. Now you're thinking, well, if I can get 100% on the test, why do I need to do the homework? Well, because of the time for the tests and things, I don't put all of the information that you may need for your other classes on the tests themselves. They're in the homework, but it may not, I just may have chosen not to test on it, but you'll still need to know it for your other classes. And that is in the homework itself. So you will, you know, if you want that 30% or any part of that 30%, you'll need to do the homework. Now let's see, grade, you know, pretty straightforward, 90, 80, 70, 60, and below. The homework assignments are graded automatically through Pearson. It's in real time. I mean, they let you know within seconds if you got the problem right or not. You can keep redoing the problem, and I'll explain this in how to use Pearson video for you. For, you know, some of you, a lot of you may be new to Pearson. The tests, we will have approximately one test per week. So we'll do 2 chapters, let's say the first week, chapters 1 and 2, first week and a half. I give you guys a little bit of extra time to get used to Pearson. And then we'll have a test over chapters 1 and 2. Now, the nice thing is I will give you 2 chances on these tests, and Pearson will automatically take the best. So on the second chance, if for some reason you don't do as well, Pearson will automatically use your first test score. They're long. The tests are a little long. They're over 2 chapters. But, you know, for some reason, you can always learn something on a test. And some of you may want, you want 100% on the test. Well, you can go ahead and retake it. The numbers are all different. Pearson changes the numbers, but it's basically the same. So, you know, you have that option. I'm not here, you know, to fail you. I'm here to give you the necessary information to go on to the next class. And so if you can learn something on that first test, and you want to take it again, go for it. And again, Pearson will automatically take the best of those 2. Let's see, number 3. Let's see, quizzes. No quizzes, no time, not enough time. The final exam, it'll be counted in as a test score. And so that won't be until towards the end. Let's see, competencies, just kind of talking a little bit about what we'll be talking about in the class. Here, you know, academic honesty. And down at the bottom is I want to stress the word tentative. Course outline is kind of what we'll be doing each week. And it is tentative. It can change depending upon if things happen, if Pearson goes down, you know, we'll see. I do give us almost a week for the final exam. And so that kind of gives us some wiggle room. If we had to move things down a little bit, then we'll have some time towards the end of the course, the week 8, to make some things up. And sometimes life happens, you know, things happen. Some of you have kids, they could get really sick, you know, and we can move things down for you if necessary. All righty, well, again, I'll be publishing some things about Pearson, how to get into the course, how to register with Pearson. I'll be also looking at Pearson itself. Going back to tests, I do use a lockdown browser for the test. It's called Respondus. A lot of the online math classes will be using that in your next classes. So it's nice to get used to. And I'll be explaining how to use Respondus. And just kind of an FYI, a heads up, Respondus does not work well with Chrome. It will not work with Chrome. So if you do have a Chromebook, you will need to have access to some other computer to do your tests. You know, you can borrow one, you can come to the campus and use one on the campus, but just try to keep that in mind that you cannot use a Chromebook for your tests. Respondus, as far as I know, unless they've been able to fix the bug, Respondus does not work with Chromebook. All right, well, I think that's all I had for the syllabus. If you have any questions, again, you've got my number now. You can let me know, and just probably best just to text, you know, let me know that you're in the class, you've got this type of a question. You'll need to, I would wait on my math lab until I publish how to get into Pearson. But other than that, welcome to the class. All right, bye-bye.